Timmy Reifler with us here on the John Mendola Show, a freshman. Talk a little bit about what age were you when you first started wrestling?
I wrestled for Homestead when I was really little, like only like 6 or 7. But I stopped during COVID and all that time before for about 4 or 5 years. So I just got back into it last year.
Talk about getting reacquainted with wrestling. What's this like? How's it been going so far for you?
It's been going good, especially this past season with varsity, where last year I was more just getting used to coming back to it. Where now on varsity it's a lot different and still getting acquainted to it and all that stuff.
Intensity is pretty ramped up in the Pittston area wrestling room. So talk about that adjustment from 8th to 9th grade. Okay, I'm wrestling with young men here, 18, 17 in some ways, and you got to kind of step it up a little bit.
It's a completely different. It's almost like a completely different sport. It's completely different. Just how I'm wrestling and how other people are wrestling, it's just completely different.
How about the mental aspect? You feel like, okay, I've taken a step here in the mental part?
Yeah, no matter when you were on junior high, you were like, oh, that guy looks good and he looks scary. Where now when you're on varsity, it doesn't really matter much at all anymore. Like how people look or how intimidating they are. So it's a complete different game.
There are some young guys on this squad, but talk about being accepted in the room. Hey, you're doing well, you're getting double-digit wins. Yeah. What's that like to get that kudos from the guys and hey, good job, Timmy, we're glad you're doing well for us?
It feels nice. It feels real good. I'm also glad that I got some good other freshmen that came up with me that were on the team with me last year. It made everything a lot easier for me to be adjusted for. So that was nice.
Coach Krantz is kind of one of those guys who'll give you a shot in the arm, hey, you could do this, I believe in you. But in between the match and practice, he's going to make you grind and work for it up until then. Talk
rough
what
practices,
it's like.
Rough practices, very strong drilling, intensity, a lot different than what a lot of kids are used to on a wrestling team.
How about knowing that, okay, you're probably thinking to yourself, I don't know if I could do that. But by the end of practice, you did it. Boy, that confidence goes up. Hey, I just made it through 2 grueling hours. I don't know if I could do this again tomorrow. And then somehow you kind of do it again. Talk about building up that confidence in yourself.
It's just, you get so used to it, it feels like. After being there for a month, 2 months, just practicing day after day after day, the confidence goes way up. You get way more comfortable. You get more comfortable with your team, how confident you are on the mat, and just more comfortable of what you're able to do with your abilities. It's completely different.
You're going to be in some big tournaments during a season at Pittston, and you're going to make mistakes. Talk about recovering from the mistakes and not being a mental midget, because there's times where it's you get down on yourself, but you got to be able to bounce back. What helps you get through that to kind of learn from errors?
I gotta say, it's just confidence. Just knowing and believing in myself, knowing that I can come back from even being 7 points, 6 points down. I've done it before, and I just feel confident in my skills to come back from not even a loss, coming back from a loss. At districts last year and that stuff, losing and then coming back and taking 3rd. It's just confidence for the most part.
How about the team title, the Wyoming Valley Conference meet? Talk about you guys finding a way to get that done and just being a part of something and seeing everybody kind of put it all together.
I felt really good. I felt really good to watch the whole team fight for a common goal and then succeed in it. It felt very nice.
Family, let's talk about them, what they mean to you, who's there for you.
I gotta say, everybody on the team's there for me. They're always there, no matter I win, lose, it doesn't matter. But I gotta admit, the upperclassmen are fantastic to have by your side when you're losing or winning. It just feels nice to come off the mat and be accepted.
And your personal family, how about them?
They love wrestling. They're so confident with everything. They go crazy over it.
That's awesome. Well, you keep working hard, grinding through it freshman year, turning some heads. You keep it going, all right?
Yeah.